So, hello everyone, another week, another video, and today isn't really a very exciting unboxing, but I thought I'd just show you some of the things I've been buying at Hermes over the course of this year. Like I said, it's not entirely exciting, but it's stuff that I'm quite excited to use, and it's stuff that I use on a fairly frequent basis. So for any of you thinking of what to get at Hermes or what to look at, maybe this is stuff you might want to think about, or these are my just my honest thoughts on some of the things you can get in Hermes from their other métiers that are not leather. So we'll start off with the stuff that's unboxed. I got some of this very early on in the year and I've loved using it. So I basically couldn't wait to sort of film an unboxing. And it's basically these pieces here. These are from the tableware line, the Passifolia range more specifically. I think some of you might have seen my video on Dior tableware. I do have a thing for tableware. I think it's lovely. One of the reasons why I gravitated towards this line so much is because during COVID, or when I had to quarantine for COVID, life was really dull. So I wanted a really beautiful piece or set of crockery that would just brighten up my day. So I started with a couple of pieces and then I slowly expanded. Most of my tableware is in monochrome. The Passifolia is one of the main exceptions to that. I love it. So generally speaking, some of these pieces you have to get 2 of them at a time. My SA was very kind enough to allow me to buy them a single piece at a time. They didn't come in the usual styrofoam box, which I think you might see in some of the other pieces, but he wrapped them up separately in bubble wrap and I got to take them home. So the 2 pieces I'm talking about are these. This is a cereal bowl, and so for all of you Asianers out there who love instant noodles, or people generally who love instant noodles, this fits pretty much a decent bowl of instant noodles, and I just like it. It's good for morning cereal or soups generally or something like that. So it's been useful. I really loved it. I just like the singular palm leaf there. This other plate that I have, this is a dessert plate and I just love the flowers on it. If you do want to see my full Hermes tableware collection and my full Passifolia collection, then I might do another video. Let me know what you think. This is another tiny little bowl. I like it because it's very handy. Sometimes I just have a little bit of yogurt in the mornings, or I just have some fruit, or I just want to put some nuts in or candy, and this is a perfect size. So it's really tiny, but really, really beautiful. So one of the things I really admire about the Passifolia is this gorgeous gilt edge that they have around the rims. And of course at the bottom they will always have a Passifolia stamp with Hermes and the maker's mark. So one of my favorite things about Hermes tableware is looking out for the maker's mark. And I have been on occasion now purchased several different pieces of tableware, and I've come across the same mark, so I get really happy when I see that. Stupidly, oddly, very nerdly happy when I see the same pieces and I go, oh, the same person's made this piece from this range and this other piece from this range. So you can see that here as well, and I love this beautiful flower print that they've got at the bottom of the plate. Let's see the cereal bowl. Yes. Here they've got the flower print as well. This one's a white t-shirt. Yeah, I've got other pieces from this maker as well. So, fun story. Tableware, if you're into luxury tableware or you just want something beautiful to brighten up your house, it's worth thinking about. I will say, it's not Target tableware. If I had a plate from IKEA, of which I have plenty, and I smashed them tomorrow, I would be upset. I would not cry. I would probably cry if one of my Passifolia pieces cracked, because they're not easy to find, they're not easy to purchase, particularly these. I don't think most sales associates would sell me another piece individually again. But yeah, so expensive, so difficult to find, and so difficult to replace. But I love them. Every time I eat from them, I just feel so special. I feel like I'm dining at a restaurant even when I'm sitting at home. So I love looking at these pieces. Very happy about them. Let's see. I think you'll be able to see what are the ranges I collect based off these. This is another box, and this is from the H Deco range. Again, I sort of put this back in a box because I've unboxed it already. So this is the H Deco, and this is the range that I use more frequently. It's a beautiful, beautiful classic Art Deco line. The main design was takes after the lift in the Faubourg store, and I love the designs on it and the way it's just so beautifully crafted. It's not easy, I think, to do a square piece in pottery, I think. Oh look, the maker's mark here is a computer mouse. That's quite cool. Anyway, this range, very good for everyday use. So I can't remember, I think you can put this in a dishwasher, although I probably wouldn't try it. I tend to hand wash all my luxury tableware, but it's more serviceable because it's just a black and white range and you can use it every day. So I've got some other matching pieces in the range, which is why I thought I'd get it. It's meant to be a little sugar box, and I love it. I think it is really, really beautiful. So let's see. I think my tableware obsession is not done yet. This next piece is a bit of a challenge to myself. If I am correct, it is this piece. Now, I've not opened it yet. It is from a range that actually Hermes should no longer carry, and my sales associate was quite surprised when he found this in the stockroom. But it is this, and this is quite something. This is the Shendong in platinum. It definitely was a range that was phased out before I started shopping at Hermes, but it's a lovely sort of silver and white range which goes with the rest of the tableware that I normally pick. So my challenge to my sales associate after this was, now that you know I've got this, and now that you know I collect tableware, you are going to have to help me see, wherever you can find it, some of the matching pieces in this range that Hermes still carries. It's a bit of a tall order, but I think what I'm also going to do is try and look on eBay or some of the secondhand websites to see if I can get other pieces in this tableware range. Just to complete it. So this is beautiful. I know lots of people use this as a jewelry tray as well. I might not do it because I'm afraid that the pattern gets scratched off by the metal, but we'll see. I will think of something for this. If not, that's still pretty as like a tea time plate. I can put some cake on it, some biscuits, have it with a mug of tea. That's what I do with most of my tableware anyway. So yeah, Shendong. And so you can tell with each of the tableware ranges, you will get a little booklet with the tableware range name on it, and it will explain a little bit about the design and where the inspiration for it came from. So there's H Deco, there's Shendong, and I'm sure in my Passifolio boxes I've got similar pamphlets as well. But yeah, this is the tableware that I have. And yes, like I said, let me know. I might do another video of the other tableware ranges that I have from Hermes as well. So let's see, what else do I move on to? We have a little bit of some silks. These are new in terms of object, or in terms of design. Well, not quite design, but in terms of format, right? As you can tell, as I've said, it is a scarf, and I'm not sure if I'm crazy, but hear me out. I think this is a format I can use for decoration, and this is a format which I feel is quite collectible for me, right? And okay, so I'm not going to delay any longer. Look at this beautiful scarf. It's got multicolors, it's got primary colors on it, it's got taupe, so a bit boring, but oh goodness, what is the name of this? Something Madame Jules d'Omnibus. This was basically the first scarf design ever released by Hermes, and they re-released it in a 45 scarf. But because of its heritage and because it meant, what's it called? Jules d'Omnibus et Dame Blanche. and I've definitely butchered the name in French. Don't come for me. Anyway, I love this scarf because of the historic meaning to it. I think what you will see though is that there is some kind of patterning that overlays the original design. So the original design was sketched more or less, and they had some circles to it. I think they've done some crosshatch and overlay to the design, so it looks a bit more modern, and it looks like you're viewing the scarf through a kaleidoscopic lens. I really love this. I'm very excited that I decided to have it. Now, what I'm going to try and do, which I can't do with my 90 centimeter scarves because I haven't found proper huge frames for it, is actually find some nice 45 by 45 or 50 cm frames, and I will try my very best to frame these up. Okay, that is the hope, that is the plan. Fingers crossed that I actually get it done, otherwise that's a lot of money sitting in scarves. Okay, scarf number 2, and wow, yeah, I get that. I love untying ribbon, although it's a really silly thing to get excited about. But we have another 45 by 45 scarf, and this is another classic design, Carica Pomp. I think they've had this in a few different sizes and formats, but this is another 45 by 45. And I thought the colorway, the design again is a classic, I believe, but the colorway is kind of modern, particularly I think with the greens on the saddle and the pink border. So, and I just love how it looks. So I am hoping that if I get enough of these, I will be able to put them up somewhere and make a somewhat decent or nice display of it. Otherwise, my other thought process is, if I fold it up enough, I should be able to make this into a little bias fold there and sort of knot it around some of my bags. I thought it might make a really cute decoration there, especially some of my bigger tote bags. You never know. But yes, 45 by 45. I'm slightly terrified, don't know what I've done, but let's try. So, yes, these are my very special scarves. I'm so happy to have taken them out. Again, they have been sitting there for a while. So I'm glad to have taken them out and taken another look at them so that I can remind myself that I have other things to look at and to deal with in my Hermes collection so that I make better use of my things. Now, let's see, what shall I do? I think this will make sense if I show this first. So this is the most recent purchase that I've made from Hermes, which is what prompted this video. But I kind of was looking around and I hadn't been in the Hermes store for a while and I wanted to see what was new. So I saw this and I thought it was so unique and cute. So I decided to get it. You will know from the box that this is a Twilly. It is this, and you might say, hang on a minute, this does not look like it's silk, and you are right. This is cotton. It is a cotton Twilly. Not that you know it from the price, I will say that. But it is such a pretty little beach Twilly, and it's got a striped edge around it. So I just thought it was so cute. I will definitely not use this as a handle. I don't think it will wrap very well around the handle, but I thought I could tie it to a bag handle and just sort of use it as decoration. Either that, or I have this idea in the back of my head of sort of twisting it around and turning it into a bracelet of sorts and just sort of tying it on my hand. I think it might be quite cute. I think. We'll see. But tying in with this is another thing that I bought, which I bought earlier on, by the way. So that's why this is unwrapped, because I actually tried to bring it with me to use when I was on holiday earlier. It didn't quite materialize because it was just too hot. I could not stand the thought of having more stuff on me. So what I got is this tiny little Twilly ring. Oh look, and it's got this plastic still on. Now, I know it's... So, the jury's still out on whether this actually works, because I haven't actually told myself to use this yet, but now that I've done this unboxing, hopefully I will. So this is the little twilly ring that I've got, and this is meant to sort of, you're meant to use this to knot twillies around your arms or around, you know, around your neck, sorry, or just use it as a decorative piece. So ignore the ridiculousness of this getup, but the idea of this twilly ring is that, however, there are a few ways in which you can wear a twilly, because this then knotting your scarf or your twilly through this will then allow you a few different ways of finagling how you wear the scarf. Right, I've seen people turn these into belts. I've seen people turn these into other makeshift handles, perhaps. So I'm just hoping that there's a way in which I can creatively use these, because I do love twillies. I do love scarves as well, and I'm just currently trying to figure out or explore more ways of being able to use them. So yes, that is my scarf accessory update. And now, last bit from Hermes. This one's a bit more of a frivolous purchase, but you'll know that I do have a quota bag from Hermes, and I've, over the course of the past few months, I've had my bag for almost a year now, and I've sort of gotten around the idea that I will actually be using this bag and keeping this bag. I love it, but you know, the price I paid for it and how prestigious it is in the handbag world just made me feel really uneasy about using it. So I had to get over that. I love the bag, actually. If you told me it's just an ordinary bag, you know, some history with it that wasn't that famous or that wasn't that coveted, I think I'd be a lot happier using it. But because of the way people have hyped it up, it's just scared me almost, right? So it's really just in my head. I'm happy I have it, and I'm getting happier and happier using it, or I'm feeling less and less uncomfortable using it, right? I love that it fits everything, and I love how it fits with my lifestyle. So it is actually a bag I like. I just don't actually like using it because of the amount of hype that's generated around it. So anyway, it took me a while to get to this, because this to my mind signifies the fact that I am actually keeping the bag for a while more, even though this costs many times less than a bag. And if you know this pouch, you know that it is a piece of costume jewelry. And it is very, very simple. It's the Glennon Single Tour E-Tube with gold hardware. So very simple bag, a very simple piece indeed. But because I like to match some of my accessories, or I like to say to myself that some things will go with other things, I thought this would fit the bill. So it's a very simple bracelet. As some of you will know, I wear a smartwatch, and it feels almost bare, or it feels too utilitarian. So I tend to dress up this wrist or make it look a bit more casual by putting on some costume jewelry or putting on some of these bracelets. Also, a slightly more childish reason for my doing this is also because I like to wear my hair ties on my wrist. So I kind of thought that it wouldn't look so bad or juvenile if I had some of these bracelets on my wrist together with my hair tie. So yeah, that's how my wrist normally looks on a day-to-day basis. I'm quite happy I've just got this piece here just to, you know, dress it up a little bit, just to say, look, I've got a small matching piece that I can wear with my bag. Stupid purchase, probably frivolous, most definitely, but I do use my bracelets most of the time, and so I'm quite happy I've got something like this to add in to my everyday use. Okay, wow, I've talked for a very long time. I hope this isn't too long a video. Now the last piece isn't actually an Hermes piece, but I thought I'd put it in because I just bought it and because I want to start using this piece. So it's from Celine, and part of me also thinks that with the incoming new creative director, there is a chance that some of the current pieces with the Triumph logo might get phased out. I'm not really sure that that's the case with all of it, because the Triumph logo range is actually quite popular. But when I was walking past, I kind of saw this piece. I didn't quite have anything with that kind of format or in that category, so I kind of told myself that I'd just go for it anyway and just see. Right, I've got a little bit of a lipstick sample. That was very nice. My sales associate at Celine is really, really, really nice. So that's lipstick sample. La Bonne Nuit, I think. I just can't speak French. I'm really sorry. So anyway, she did say just try some of the makeup that Celine has and see how I get on with it. I have a receipt which I would like to burn so I don't remember how much I spent on this thing. And oh my gosh, this is beautiful. I haven't actually bought myself anything really solid or concrete from Celine. It's mainly been shoes. And my bag was a really long time ago and I bought it from overseas, so I definitely didn't have this kind of packaging. Normally I think the bags might just come in a paper bag, or maybe that's what I was given because I said I was flying, but my micro luggage came in a dust bag and a paper bag, and that was what came back with me. So this is how you would get this. The box is really thick and nice, really beautiful, and really good quality cardboard. I have a really pretty dust bag as well. Celine woven dust bags are interesting. And okay, so care booklet, some desiccant, and I have this little pretty piece, which is the Triumph logo card holder. Now this is a really beautiful piece. I should take the stickers. Shall I take it off? Do you know what? Let's take the stickers off now. I'm so happy. Look at that. You've seen it first here, and I think there is another sticker at the bottom, which I'll do later. But look how shiny and pretty this logo is. And you open it. It's a very simple card holder, but what I like is that it's really flat. And so it's a single accordion shape. On the back there is a back pocket, and here there is a slot for another card, and then you've got a big empty compartment here and 2 more card slots at the back. So why this works for me, or why I think this is good, is because I do need a relatively slim card holder that will fit in my mini bags, with easy access to a card slot at the back and 1 more in the front. I do have many card holders that sort of fit the bill, but they've got a larger accordion base at the bottom, so they stick out a bit more. In fact, let me get one, just a minute. So this is my card holder from Smithson, and it's not very full now, but when it's full it actually opens up a lot more like that. Whereas this is a bit flatter. It will open up a bit more, but I'm hoping that because of its sealed edge here, it actually will wind up being a bit more compact. I think in terms of width overall, when they are empty, they look completely the same in terms of depth or thickness, but I think if I fill this with the few cards that I'm thinking of and a couple of name cards, then it'll be fine. This is probably good more for business occasions when I need to put way more name cards in and carry more around with me. But yeah, let's just give this. So the Smithson card holder has small card slots here and here. You've got a big open compartment at the back and 1 slip pocket at the back. This one just has 1 card slot that's easy access on the back, which I love. You've got 1 more that's easy access here. You can reach in the back and get 2 more and get a few more name cards in here. So this is probably better for me on an everyday basis. And so yes, is this ridiculous? Probably, but the one thing it does do is it allows me to get a little piece with the Triumph logo on it. And that makes me happy because I've been thinking about it for a good 2 years now, about whether or not I want a piece from Celine because I need a piece from Celine, or because I just like the Triumph logo. And I think when you think about something long enough and you keep debating it, you might as well just get it. And I'm quite pleased with this piece. I do love the grey as well. I was debating between this and the black, and I decided on this pretty dove grey. It's not quite the same as a taupe, so it's slightly darker, and I don't know if you can tell, the tones or the hues are slightly different. But when I was carrying my Kelly bag to the store that day, and I was like, this is a perfect match. Well, not quite perfect, but it goes so well together, and I was so pleased with it. So yes, very happy with it. I'll probably let you know how this is worn, and yeah, we'll see. Anyway, that's all I have. That's plenty of talking, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.